Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Bachiru. So, new version, new patch notes, and Ram still is top tier. God bless you, our system works, never changed. So, in this video, I want to take a look at the patch notes that we've had and just like explain quickly like what our Ramlethal changes. And we actually have a guest joining us today. So, we have Baby Bachiru. So she's gonna do the Ramlethal breakdown for you today, guys. So make sure you, Mariuma, Habibti, you don't press the buttons with your feet. You press it with your hands, okay? Okay, so back to Mama. Dada needs to make content. So we're gonna look at what changed for Ram, what are the buffs, what are the nerfs, and before I said the Juju, I just want to say something like sometimes you should not only look at the individual changes of a character, you should look at the system changes and see how this really affects the character. When it comes to Ramlethal, I feel like she wasn't really affected that much with how the system changes happen. I feel like overall she came out as slight buffs but slight nerfs at the same time, which is okay. So it evens out at the end. So as usual, guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to toss a like, comment below, let me know if you have any questions, what do you think of Ram, and yeah, let's begin. Right, so let's talk about what basically changed for Ram. So basically there's three main changes. The first one is that Lumo was nerfed. So basically now it doesn't guarantee a hard knockdown, and the damage was nerfed. I felt like this for me was necessary because it made Ram, to be honest, a bit boring to play, because the best thing you could always do is get the 2k, 2d into a hard knockdown. This allowed you just to push the opponent to the corner and secure a hard knockdown. And I felt like it made Ram's combo choices just go for the optimal easy, bro, you know? And for me that made the character is a bit boring, so I don't mind this change. Plus you can go for new things after this one also now. So it allows you to use Ram's kit a bit more better, to be honest. So if you can go for something like this now, for example. The other thing is that it seems that Jump Dust now has a hitbox behind the Ram. This is actually great. Why? Because you can actually go now for left-right mix-ups. Even though the reward isn't really that much high, it allows you to have a new layer of mix-ups, especially after a hard knockdown situation. So for me, this is always a W. So you can go for something like this now. You can mix people up left or right, depending on the angle and how you do it. For me, the biggest change for Raman, which in my opinion is a really good buff for her, is the increased frontal hitbox of 2 heavy slash. Basically, this allows it, in my opinion, to be a little bit better anti-air, I guess, since it hits more in front of Ram. And the second thing, it allows her to have access to better combos from her higher rewarding buttons. Because usually before, if you get close slash from here, 2 dust will not be really your best option. So now that you can do this, this guarantees it. And the other thing is that usually when you do this, this is what you usually do. But now you can actually go for this. So this is really great, to guarantee if you get a close slash or a 2 slash, you can actually get a really high reward from those moves. So even if you do something like this now, if you're really close to the opponent, this guarantees you the combo afterwards. And if you do this this allows it to be a bit more consistent, you know? So this is for me something is a big W for Ram, and I feel this is one of her best changes. I feel Ram, when it came to combos, she didn't change really that much. She still have access to the same combos, so you can still do this, for example, and continue your thing, or you can do this, for example. So these combos are still there. It's just that how she sets up her Uki after knockdown is what changed for her. So let me give you an example. Before, what you used to do is something like this, then you will hard knockdown, then you will either go for a safe jump, or you will do an empty low, something like that. But now, since Lumo doesn't secure a hard knockdown, you have to go for something like this now, for example. Then you can go for a meaty close slash. Or what you can do, for example, on the other hand, is 2k just to catch people if they backdash. What you can also do is something like this. just to mix up left or right. There are different ways now that you can secure. Like your knockdown, you can secure your okay. It's just not as easy as before, and I feel like this is okay in my books at the end of the day. And I feel like this allows Ram like to have like to be forced to use more of her diverse tools, because I feel like with Ram we've always been defaulted like to getting people to the corner, south pressure into high damage, into a Ravlumo, and after the season 2 patch, all you can do basically is this, like, and just play. And for me, this was boring, to be honest. But this is basically how Ram changed. I feel like her neutral is still the same. Her tools are still very strong. Her game plan is still relatively the same. Her frame data is still the same. She still has access to what made her good in Season 2. So for example, the Ravlumo cancels, for example. These are still there. So you can go for special cancels, you can go for like Ravlumo loops afterwards. So she didn't really lose what made her good in Season 2. This is the only nerf, in my opinion, that she got. And I feel like the system changes didn't really affect that character that much. I mean, to the point like she's unplayable. So in this very rare occasion, I don't feel like I have a new combos to show, to be honest. Because I feel like her combo game is still relatively the same. Maybe what you can do more now is basically just convert into things that cause more damage when you build risk. But I feel like this is it at the end of the day. For her. I feel like her gameplay didn't really change that much. Maybe she has more setups now, with this, especially in the corner. So that's basically it. And in my opinion, I feel like this is one of the main reasons I don't feel like motivated to play Ram, to be honest anymore, because I feel like the character is not really changing much from season to season. I feel like the character is basically like, she still plays basically the same, almost the same, like from when she was released. And for me, that doesn't make her fun. I don't feel like the other characters, she got like fun tools. She's a strong character and she's my favorite character, to be honest. But I feel like at this point, like with how Guilty Gear Strive is structured and how the game is balanced and how mechanically the game is designed, I don't feel like it's fun just to play one character. I don't compete in tournaments, so I don't feel like motivated like just to stick with one character. I will still play Ram like on the side or something, but I feel like I want to learn a new characters, and since I'm starting to play the hitbox again, I want to play like a new character just to learn the game again, like, and try to challenge myself. For me, I really love Ram as a character, but I feel like she's not changing much. So for example, if you compare her to a character like Nagoriyuki, Testament, Kai, Melia, for example, all of these characters, they've changed throughout the seasons. Nago has more cancels now. He became, to be honest, even though he's very frustrating to fight, but I feel like he's a very fun character to play. Kai has changed a lot, for example, and he got access to more tools. He got buffs to his Dragon install. Melia now I feel like is a different character when she was released, because she has a new mix-up tools and a new cancel. So I feel like a lot of characters, like, they got like a new toys that they can play with. And Ramlethal, she didn't really get that much. The only thing that she got, actually, in my opinion, which was interesting, is the Ravlumo cancels, and that's it. So the other thing are still basically the same. I love the character, but I feel like it's time to learn a new character, because I feel like her game plan is still the same. As I said before, I'm very interested to play Testament, and I'm very interested to play Bridget. And I feel like hopefully this will ignite maybe my love for Guilty Gear Strive again, because to be honest, I reached a point where I actually didn't really enjoy playing the game that much. So hopefully with a new character, it will reignite my interest in Guilty Gear, and I will be motivated to play more again. I have actually played this balance patch of for a few days, and I've gotten some games with Ram, and I've played and I watched some other Ram specialists do their thing. So this is all based on what I have seen and what I have experienced firsthand. Maybe I will be proven wrong. I will be happy to be proven wrong. We'll find something new and interesting with Ram. But in the meantime, I feel like I just want to, expand my horizon. Try new characters, So yeah, guys, that's it. Basically, thank you so much for watching. I'm back. I will commit to making 1 or 2 videos per week. If you have any requests, leave them in the comment section below. Join the Discord, guys. I'll be more active there again. And yalla, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.